I remember hearing stories about witches. Is it true what they say?
I'm one of these fans. I am one of them, 100%. Rabidly enthusiastic about doing the right thing for this show. Big fan of the games and a huge fan of the books as well. And so for me, I'm in the same boat as them. Like, no prisoners.
Tell me where he is, and I'll be on my way.
There is a lot of complexity to Geralt, and you see a lot of that in the books. Some of that doesn't necessarily translate to the show, because due to the nature of there being fantastic storylines which are existing alongside Geralt, it had to boil down to the very essence of who he was. And for me, that was a hardline, stony exterior individual who we get to see him come out of every now and again, depending on who he's interacting with. But in the books, we see someone who's a bit more, who has the ability to, or will, openly converse with kings and queens in their language, and then when he's bored of their, don't know how much I can swear on this, rubbish, then he'll be more hardline, and you'll see that transition.
I don't think I saw you smile once, really. Was it weird to just keep so stone-faced all the time?
It's all depending on how the editing room lays out. It's all based upon story. Certainly the character does smile. There are smiles in there. But it depends on what we want to show the most.
Well, you finally get to talk about it. I mean, I think you've had to be pretty secretive. Was that difficult, and how much pressure did you feel from this rabid fandom that loves this story so much?
I didn't feel any pressure at all.
Okay.
I mean, and if I did, it's coming from myself. I'm one of these fans. I am one of them, 100%. Rabidly enthusiastic about doing the right thing for this show. And I've been a fan of the fantasy genre since I was a boy, and big fan of the games and a huge fan of the books as well. And so for me, I'm in the same boat as them. Like, no prisoners.
I do think it is impossible in today's day and age to make an amazing fantasy show like this and not get those Game of Thrones comparisons.
Right.
What do you have to say to people who are making the comparisons? What's your thought on it?
I think comparisons are always going to be made, and it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fine. They're two ends of the spectrum in a fantasy genre. But that's like saying someone's going to be the next Tom Cruise. No one's going to be the next Tom Cruise.
You fought Tom Cruise.
I fought him, yeah, but even I, who fought him, isn't going to be the next Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise, and he exists as Tom Cruise. Whatever happens next, Tom Cruise is Game of Thrones. Whatever happens next, The Witcher is never going to be Game of Thrones. It's going to be something else completely different. And it exists within that fantasy genre, yes, but it must exist by itself. Otherwise, there'll always be that, yeah, but Tom Cruise did this and you didn't do that. It's always going to be disappointment.
Yeah. Nobody can run as fast as Tom Cruise.
No one can run as fast or as long or in as many movies.
Not a hard choice.
The physical transformation, what did you think when you first looked in the mirror and saw yourself with that hair?
The hair went through an evolution. It really did. I was on quite close to the beginning of shooting. There's only so much time. I had to bring my team on, and then my team got to work on things like the wig, and we put a lot of hard work into the research of it. Jackie Rathor, who's my hairdresser, she was working on my wig every single night. I had multiple wigs, and some were better than others for fighting. Some were used for all the water work, whatever it may be. And huge amounts of work went into it. Where we landed with makeup and wig and costume by the end of it was absolutely perfect. And I was so impressed with the work that everyone put in, because we were working long hours anyway. And then they went home and they took that wig with them. I'm sure she has various names
for the
it.
wigs.
So
did you kind of like it? Like, oh, I'm blonde now.
I mean,
I'm white-haired now.
I'm white-haired now. It helped transform the character, me into the character, and I love that bit.
You do so much physically. What was training for this like versus training for what's sort of the ultimate superhero, Superman?
Right. They are the same but different. The biggest similarity and the most taxing thing is always going to be time. It's just about getting that training in each day and forcing yourself to do it. You've finished a very long shift, and you were there 2 hours early, or 2.5 hours early for your hair and your makeup, and then you have to go to the gym, and it's probably a busy gym. And so I was very lucky in Budapest to work at Flex Gym, and it's one of the best gyms I've been to, one of the best public gyms I've been to.
I love the shout out they're getting right now.
Oh no, they deserve it. They deserve it, and they looked after me so well there.
Well, yeah, because people are wanting to talk to you because you're Superman.
I was no, not that at all. No, initially I thought that. I thought this is, it is what it is. but absolutely not.
Yeah.
They just helped me. They helped me get through my training process at the end of each day so I could get home as soon as possible and then get to bed and then wash and repeat the next day.
Well, I gotta ask you, you did say you're not done with the Man of Steel. What do you want your continued journey with Superman to be?
I'd like to delve more into the aspect of Superman who we traditionally know, coupled with where we left him at the end of Man of Steel. It's the hero who is trying to exist in a world where people may say he's not relevant anymore, where actually he's extraordinarily relevant. And it's him coming to terms with that and becoming that relevance and showing people that hope does exist without it being too chocolate box. I want it to still have an edge, but to have some warmth to it and to have some hope to it.
Last question for you, for fans of the books, the gamers, are there Easter eggs in Witcher? Will they see some nods and some things you put in there?
Yes, they will if they're watching carefully.
Can you tease it and give us a
No,
hint?
No. That ruins the whole point of Easter eggs.
Oh, okay.
No, just keep your eyes peeled.